Feature Friday.
The freshest. I love when we go down this route. This is one of my favorite
It's very
things
bizarre
to watch.
lately because we've really gone old school. Like the last one we was it's like
Yes.
1978 or something
No,
like that.
1988.
Right.
Martin wasn't like 1988 like in the show and stuff.
And one of the songs that we watched Katrina do a cappella
Yep.
was Ikaw ang Lahat sa Akin.
Yep. Wow.
I would say that wasn't too bad.
I
And,
don't know, but it sounded pretty confident there.
Yeah, fuck. That's what I used to say about the word croissant, and then and then French people was like 3.5 out of 10. But yeah, so this is actually their original song.
Yeah.
And this is Martin and Regine, one of our favorite, I think, collaborations that we think we've seen on the channel.
Ever, yes.
Doing it in the World Concert Tour in 2003. So, and the funny thing is, like, someone said it to me, it's like, it's awesome that sometimes, we check out old stuff, not just, trendy stuff, or just stuff that's kind of like on the wave right now. I think because we mentioned it before, I think there's so much value in checking out the past in order to not only appreciate more of the present, but to learn on how to create for the future.
Absolutely, I agree. I think there is value in going back to the origins, to the beginnings of a sound, and the beginnings of a genre, of a influential artist
A song that's become a classic.
absolutely is important to go back and like try to understand why is it that these people are held to the to the level they're held to,
Yeah.
and why are they so good, why do they maintain that those are questions worth asking.
That's
So
also what the whole podcast is about as well. Like that's what Feature Friday is about. It's worldwide music, right? Regardless of time, age, country, or whatever.
era or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's super
It's
fun to
such
do
a
this.
good it's such a good refreshing thing to do, and I'm so glad that you guys are on board with us. Of course we're watching this because you want us
Yeah.
to, so it's really refreshing. I
Good
love
watch,
it.
man.
Look how good they look.
I didn't pronounce it too bad.
Oh my god.
Is this now?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Where did she come from? Oh, she looks stunning. It's so easy for her. So easy. Just chilling.
I love the way she sings them.
Wow. It's such a hard song. It's such a difficult musical composition. It just goes all over the place. Where you
Twists and
think it's
turns.
going, it's so unpredictable. Literally, I've heard this song like 3 times now, off of my own time. After we watched Katrina's version, because I was like, how the hell is she? Because to me it was like, okay, maybe I'm just missing out because in Katrina's version, because I'm not hearing the backing track, I'm not hearing the music, right? So I played the original like a couple of times just to kind of like wrap myself around the dynamic of the song. And Jesus, I could not for the life of me predict where the song was going.
It's a tough piece and a half.
It's such a difficult track. And then you have Regine that's singing it in such an easy, free flowing manner, in a modulation that is soft and is speechy and is sweet, and it's really not effort, like it requires no effort from her. That forever will be like a puzzle to me. Like, she's a wonder of one of the wonders of the world. Like,
Yeah, listening to this, and like it's like spring now, and all that stuff. Like birds are singing, like the sun is like you can see it in the window and stuff.
setting.
Oh
Right?
mate, what a vibe! It's just chilled, and recording like this is so much better than was like middle of hard winter.
Oh yes,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
It sets such a like tone in there
I love spring.
in the house,
Spring is a
aka
good time.
studio, aka just house.
AKA the living space.
Yeah. I like earrings.
No in-ear monitors. Straight just from the fallbacks are on the stage. She is such a unicorn. Bravo, bravo.
Wow.
Oh, oh my god. She's hauntingly beautiful.
It's like enchanting, it's like hypnotizing.
Oh my goodness. That is not easy. That is not easy.
Oh my god. I mean, holy shit. Jesus Christ. That's a joke, dude. I feel like 10 seconds have passed only, like. It's kind of what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, like.
I cannot speak. I have lost my speech qual. Wow.
This is kind of what I was speaking about, like those sort of moments, right? Like she managed to reach that moment there, you know, where you, like I would like to use. That's why I've always said this. Like, it's becoming a bit of a what would you call it, like a phrase or whatever. But like, if aliens were to invade planet Earth
Yeah.
and they were trying to, maybe they were friendly or they were trying to like figure out who we were and how we behave and stuff. I would show them art. That would be the thing that I would show them. I wouldn't let them meet people first. I would introduce them to art galleries, music, dance, first, because of this. Because I think that's what makes humans. If there is other life, in in other parts of the universe, if we go through that premise, I think that's what would make humans different and special. This capability of expressing this bizarre concept that even we struggle understanding emotions through so clearly through music and through art, better than anything else in this planet. Humans have the capability of uniquely doing that, right? Apart from also knowing, like having consciousness, that's something else that no animals have, right? But the ability to create art, which is such an abstract concept, just like consciousness to some extent, is what I feel makes us so special, and that would be the best way I feel to understand humanity. You know, because you can understand pain, love, uh, passion, you know, through it. But here's the other point as well, like, because then language no longer matters either, right? Because we're so complicated beings, so complicated we don't even understand each other. Hence why there's so much conflict, you know. But that this is like good proof. I feel that language to some extent then they like when you reach this level of musicality and level of music, any barrier that may prevent you from enjoying such experience are just broken through. You know, I don't know what Regine was saying there. You know, we have looked up the lyrics when Katrina was singing it, so I do kind of have an idea. But before that, I had no idea, and that didn't diminish the experience. It actually, once you acquire the knowledge of the language or what they're actually saying, it just enhances it a bit more. But it's universal. It's the universal concept of music. You know, that I actually feel would even be interplanetary to some extent. You know, it's literally universal. You
Yeah.
know, so I feel like that's evidence for that.
I agree. I agree with your statement, but I was just trying to process physically what was happening
Right.
in
Well,
her
technically,
delivery.
kind of,
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
yeah, yeah. And just remapping the performance in my head as you were speaking, because it's important to highlight the key changes happened later on through in the song, right? Twice to be precise. And you have a very easy free flowing beginning that it's a perfect warm up vocally speaking to what's about to come, right? So it's a nice setup for the first key change. When the first key change happens, she's anchored and very open in her vocal tonality, but it's no explosion. Which led me to believe that there was something else bigger going to happen, right?
Right.
Because usually at that point when you feel that openness, that key change, that a change of dynamic, the tension rises in the music, you also expect a climax, right? That's usually how songs progress. You expect a climax, but I heard in her voice a nice pullback of that technique and a really useful a really good use of the tilting of the larynx. So it was a really nice pullback. It was really nicely controlled and modulated. So when the biggest part of the song came about, she was very anchored, very rooted, very grounded. Something that doesn't happen if you hadn't gone through the steps that we saw through in the whole song, the progression of the song itself. Um, and it makes the climax be two times bigger than it could have been.
Yeah, sort of like yeah,
It's
your
an accumulative teasing to
sure.
such.
It's as if you were controlling the environment, controlling, nearly
And rising the pressure.
exactly increase gradually rising the pressure in that pressure cooker
Yeah,
until
yeah,
the
yeah,
rice
yeah.
is perfect.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like it really is. It's like slow cooking something.
Do you pressure cook rice?
Yeah, you can.
What do you pressure cook?
No?
Frogs.
Meat.
Yeah.
Meat.
What did I say? Frogs.
I don't know.
Can
You're
you pressure cook
strange.
frogs?
I don't want to find out.
Well, in France, they eat the legs.
I don't want to find out if
Anyways,
they pressure cook them.
Yeah, you amp up the steam until it starts, and then you amp it down, and then you go again until then it's perfectly cooked.
Sure.
Not with the frogs. I mean, with the music. It's kind of the analogy Waleska was trying to explain.
Yeah, and also her crowd control was absolutely spotless. Obviously paired up with fantastic musicians. Get back to the music, dude.
Anyways, look, it's an experience and a half.
Yes.
And I don't even think my words can explain how much of an experience it is. So
No.
I'd awfully recommend anyone to watch it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have, and I hope
And
someone...
if you haven't seen it in a long time, go back, watch it again.
and I hope someone, maybe that didn't watch it, now gets to watch it, you know? So, lovely stuff. Do let us know what we should watch next, and watch it. And do remember, you can now purchase your merchandise at featurefridaystore.com, and that way you can support the podcast and reactions to this, and also look stylish, because it's much more than just YouTube merchandise.
Wow!